Oh, yeah, thanks, mate. Gee, it's been on hold for ages. Yeah, look, I just need to get some money out just to get little bits and pieces for my car, and it keeps declining. It's rejecting my card all the time. Won't let me take anything out. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I don't need too much. Just, yeah, 3.4 million should cover it. Hey, mate, it's an expensive car. Hi guys, welcome back to Forza Ferrari. I'm Aussie Villain, and today we have the final sprint race of the series, not just the season, in Sao Paulo. Still, we can't get any money to do anything, so we're racing with what we've got. And yeah, well, there's no point wasting too much time here, because obviously there's nothing new on the car. Oh, it's going to rain on the race again. God damn it, I hate these races. Alright, so 71 laps. There's the track map. Red is sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3 for qualifying. Sections by speed we can see there. It's always just a good track, isn't it? Gets good races. It's always fun to drive when you race like the sim racing ones. Yeah, just a good track. So a 2-stop is looking like the way to go. Soft, medium, soft, and compound performance there. We can see it's only a shortish lap, and a half a second difference between the soft and the hard. The medium is not that much worse off. So it might actually be a decent tyre. Historically, Mick won around here last year, so we can adjust though. Looks like we can do it. Let's see if that plays out. Performance targets, reach Q3, you'd like to hope so. Someone in the top 4 and Q2 obviously. Finishing position, both cars in the top 4. That'll be tough, but you never know. And qualifying, we need 2 cars in the top 6. I'd like to think so. 1 in the top 6 for the race, for the next 2 races, I should say, to get that money, which of course does not count towards cost cap. Let's head off to Sao Paulo. So it is moderate rain for the race, but we've got 1 free practice at this. Let me see if I can get a setup, and I'll see you for qualifying. So here's a funny story. I forgot to hit record on the qualifying session. What a muppet. So this is how we did. We got through. Piastri starting the sprint on pole. Giovinazzi from 4th. Now, we worked out, or I worked out that a tow was definitely beneficial. So on Q3, Piastri's tow went perfectly. We went to sort of reverse things, give Giovinazzi the tow behind Piastri. He got a bit of traffic on his outlap, so he dropped back a little bit too far and just didn't quite get the tow how he would have liked. So that's why he's 4th and Piastri's 1st. But we have a little bit of pace here, I think. Verstappen is 5th. Russell didn't even get into Q3. And the big surprise, perhaps, was Perez in the Mercedes getting knocked out in Q1. So let's go and see the sprint race here. It's tempting. It is tempting to do a soft tyre because it almost gets you there. I'm tempted to split it, actually. I'm very tempted to split it. Let's set Giovinazzi's better on his tyres. Let's send him on a soft. And yeah, we'll do Piastri still on a medium. All right, let's go. Yeah, so sorry about qualifying. I thought I hit it, obviously I didn't, and yeah, so that's that. But anyway, let's see if we can start this final Grand Prix from pole position. We're on board with Giovinazzi. Now we can't afford to push his tyres too much at the start, so obviously we're not going to do that, and just see if a soft tyre is going to work. There's more softs than mediums, so if we can protect it a little bit at the start, then that might work out for us. Piastri, on the other hand, should have a bit of an advantage, being able to push harder for longer. Norris is already knackered his tyres, so Norris is going to fall away quickly late in this race. I have little doubt about that. So, yeah, Piastri so far so good. He just needs to try and stay out in front for as long as possible here, and he's going to be golden. DRS might hurt him a little bit. Norris is on a bit of a dodgy soft tyre, isn't he? So it might even be, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing if Norris got past here. Even if he does initially get away from DRS, he's coming back, isn't he? I mean, Giovinazzi's tyres were only just going to get there, and he had a brand new set of mediums. So not at all in the slightest concerned that Norris has got past. DRS should keep us close, and then he'll come back to us later on. Alright, so despite dropping back a little bit in the, what's his face, Ocon got past us as well. This is going exactly as I thought. Norris is already dropping his lap times down. We're just sitting here nicely. We're conserving the little bit of fuel we need to. Giovinazzi's being light on his tyres. Yeah, I think I'm fairly confident. Stroll behind us is sort of flirting with DRS. In a sense, it's good to have him there because he's going to keep Verstappen back if he does keep DRS. But yeah, you can see Norris and Ocon are going to destroy each other's tyres here. I mean, Norris's tyres are just not. He must be planning to make a stop. That's the only explanation for how he's going through his tyres so quickly. Yeah, so this is fine. This is absolutely fine. Alright, so we have Piastri shaping up for a bit of a go on the two in front here. Can he go and do 2 in 1? It would be very nice if he could, not quite on that occasion. But we're using up the bit of battery that we saved at the start. Now that we're actually in second, we can probably save that, because I imagine Ocon is going to be fairly easily dealt with down the front straight with DRS. And what we might wait for here is for Norris to just casually get out of the way. His tyres are dead, aren't they? So Piastri's about to go to the front. Is he? Not quite yet. Giovinazzi has dealt with Norris. So that's second and third. Even Verstappen's soft tyres. Everybody's soft tyres are really bad compared to Giovinazzi. He's actually sitting quite pretty here. We could have an all-Ferrari front row if everybody stays on track and no one hits anything. And here goes Piastri for the lead. I'm tempted to push him on a little bit here, but we won't. Another yellow flag behind. Yeah, no, we won't, but tempted, I've got to say. Look, we'll save the tyres. Ocon's tyres, as we can see, yeah, they're about the same, actually, in truth, aren't they? So, alright, so the plan right now is very much the old Ferrari stalk. Just sit here, conserve, save everything up. Last 2 laps, we'll absolutely go for it. And I'm pretty sure we'll make fairly easy work of Ocon if we actually, go and attack and try and overtake. But both of them are going light on their tyres. We've both saved any fuel we need to. If we have any extra now, we can do a quick burn, for a couple of corners to try and get an overtake done if we need to. Verstappen is behind us. He's there, but his tyres are worse than ours, so he's a limited threat. He's a threat, but his tyres are worse, so he's going to be that much slower than us every lap. So, yeah, I'm going to say we'll see you in 3 or 4 laps time to hopefully go and finish off a 1-2 here. Alright, this is go time. Piastri is going to try and get in this lap. And then we'll just hold back a little bit because with 2 laps to go now. So there we go with Giovinazzi. His tyre should get into the end. This should be Piastri going for the lead with DRS. Can Giovinazzi follow him straight through? It looks like he can. And that, my friends, is how you do that. Easier than I even thought it was going to be in the end. So we've just got to not fight each other, perhaps. I'm not going to tell them not to battle, but they better not freaking hit each other or there will be a very angry Aussie villain. But, yeah, I mean, this looks promising for the race as well. It looks like we may have even broken DRS to Ocon there. There's a chance we'll go and set fastest lap of the race as we go on to the final lap. And, yeah, they've just got to not hit each other here. I mean, in the end, Giovinazzi's tyres are going to do it quite easily, aren't they? So we're absolutely flying. Are we setting purple sectors? Not quite, but it'll be a very competitive final lap of the race, I would have thought. And we'll probably get a drag down to the line here, won't we? Out of the last corner. I would have thought we've got a crash involving multiple cars. If that's a Verstappen going to the back, it would be very nice, but it's sort of mid-pack stuff. So let's get back to the Ferrari 1-2. We've pulled out 2 seconds. Look at that on Ocon in that lap and a bit. And what sort of lap times do we do on the final lap of the race? It's not the fastest, but it is comfortably fastest than everybody else. And it's a 1-2. It's an all-Ferrari front row. Alright, so remember how I forgot to record qualifying? I've done it again for the race. I'm out of it today. I'm really sorry. Trying to get the extra episode in, and anyway. So, quick recap of where we are. We're currently first and second. We've got 22 laps to go. The race started wet. Actually, no, it started dry. There was a red flag instantly. So that meant we started again, but by the time we got back, it was inters. So everybody was on inters. The rain stopped. Now, where it was kind of one of those things where you could have put a hard tyre on and go to the end, or a soft tyre and stop twice. It's been a really good race. I'm really disappointed about this, so really, really sorry. So where we stand right now is we need 22 seconds to come in and out, make our stop for the second soft tyres and come out in front. 22 seconds right now for Giovinazzi, who is in second. It's going to bring him out sort of behind Leclerc. And for Piastri, who is leading, it's going to bring him out just about with just behind Pourchaire and Gasly. Now, we've got a few laps to go before the stops. So, yeah, I'm hoping, obviously, the hope is that we will get in front of each of those battles, and then Verstappen will be just sort of left there. So, yeah, I'm trying to get the extra episode out, and I'm just tired. I'm out of my routine, and I don't know. Anyway, so that's where we're at. I'm really sorry, and we'll keep pushing on here and see where we get to. So lap time wise, Verstappen is just starting to sort of hold us in terms of lap time. Neither of them did a particularly good lap that last time around. But yeah, we'll sort of probably just go to the end here so we get some sort of episode out of this. I just feel so stupid. So this has been happening every now and again as well, is that you wonder why Norris locked up early on, which is why he's so far down, having been sort of up the front. They will put in a lap time like that and then sort of drop away, like they're very much just trying to put in a lap to get to fastest lap. It shouldn't make a difference, because when we come out on fresh softs, it should be absolutely fine. Now, Piastri is just starting to struggle a little bit here, isn't he? So I'm wondering, how far can we take a set of soft tyres, I wonder? Let's have a quick look with Piastri. So if we put you on another set of softs, and that set of softs can go... Yeah, another lap or two he can come in. So that's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. And then Giovinazzi can make his tyres last a little bit longer. Multiple cars have crashed. Who's falling down the order? Oh, was that Sainz? No, did we get a replay? Didn't see a replay. So, okay, so this next lap, we'll get Piastri in. So you come in, set of soft tyres, off you go. Hopefully we get good. So far the stops have been good. If you're wondering, so Pourchaire's got a penalty. It's a bad one for his race. If you're wondering why Piastri is in front of Giovinazzi, when we came in for the soft tyres at the end of the rain, we couldn't really double stack, because it's very much been a 3-horse race, both our cars and Verstappen, all through the rain. So it was too close to double stack. So Giovinazzi went an extra lap, given that he was in second, and that kind of opened up the gap that he has. So. Yeah, it's just sort of unfortunate for Giovinazzi, but to be honest, Piastri's been the faster car all weekend, won the sprint, on pole for the sprint. Let's get Giovinazzi out, and let's see what sort of stop we get here. Is it a good one? It is.
Copy box.
So let's see if we get out. Now, that incident for Pourchaire and Sainz, that may have actually really helped us. Are we going to get out in front of them? It looks like we are. So that's huge. That saves us doing a bit of overtaking. So Piastri's going to the end. And let's see what we get now out of Giovinazzi. 22 seconds is Leclerc-ish, isn't it? If it's a good stop. So it would be useful for that to be the front. The front wasn't good. It's okay. That I can accept that, because it's a bit of a bobble in the stop, and that can happen, particularly under pressure. So it's going to cost him a little bit. Now Piastri is 9 seconds back of Verstappen. We'll get an idea here in a minute what sort of lap time difference is going to be, but it should be fairly sizable. We should be able to do 110s. That's what Norris did. So we should be able to do 110s no problem, which is about 1.5 seconds. So 8.5 seconds shouldn't take too long to reel back in, I wouldn't have thought. So let's see what we get here. Giovinazzi should be easy. Pourchaire in front has a penalty, so that, and possibly damage as well, so that shouldn't be too difficult either. Yeah, so it's a 110, so he's about 1 second a lap faster without even really trying. I wonder if we go and send him on a fastest lap bid, and that'll close that gap down a little bit quicker as well. We might even do that. So let's deploy, go, and go. It'll take a lot of life out of his tyres, but it should be okay. He's just done fastest lap anyway, so you know what? Let's save it. There's no need to waste it. So Giovinazzi's got the overtake done on Porsche, so he now has Sainz. That is him in front of us there. Second and a half we put in on Verstappen that last lap. So, yeah, Piastri should win this. Piastri should win this, but it's whether we can get Giovinazzi, who's got, what, 7 seconds to Piastri, so he's got about 12 seconds, 15 laps. Time suggests he could do it. Lap times, whether he actually can or not. I guess that's what we're going to find out here, isn't it? So 15 laps to go. Let's get back on board with Piastri. I wonder, actually, if we just speed things up a little bit. And I've wasted so much time sitting here, like, walking needlessly, doing the whole race. And anyway, these things happen. So we can see we are catching still a second and a bit of lap. That lap was, again, about the same. It's 2.5 seconds. What's Giovinazzi doing? So 10, so he's even faster on track. 10 laps to go, more or less. Verstappen looks like he's cleared out a little bit that lap, doesn't he? So we're on board with Piastri. That'll be Verstappen there, with 10 laps to go. So we're about 0.8 a lap faster that lap. Giovinazzi was a little bit slower. Giovinazzi does have better tyres, so let's maybe push him on a little bit. Piastri's tyres should get to the end without too much trouble. We'll burn the extra fuel. We don't want to carry it if we don't have to, obviously, because fuel adds weight, which slows you down. And we are just outside DRS, aren't we? Just outside DRS. We've done the fastest lap. We could probably get away with... Oh, we've got DRS. We could probably get away with harvesting for a lap or two. I wonder if we actually do a proper harvest. And then we might be able to get in rather quickly then. I really want the 1-2. I said I want to win one race before the series ends, and this might be... I mean, we always have won at Vegas, but, you know, we've got a very big shortage of car parts, which might affect us in that one. Particularly with Piastri, whose engines are getting quite tired. We saw his ERSs, he just doesn't have them anymore. Alright, we're just about within striking distance. What I'd like to do, I think, is have the battery more or less charged, and then when we overtake him, do sort of 2 deploy laps and just really break free of it. Unfortunately, we may have just dropped out of DRS there with that lap traffic. So we'll have to go again. Yeah, we lost about half a second that lap, which is not ideal. But we've just about harvested enough anyway. There's a full battery charge as we go into there. Giovinazzi is still about half a second a lap faster. It's not quite enough though, is it? So you can go and push your tyres. You can deploy. You need to go and catch him. Piastri has a little bit more time on his hands. Let's deploy. And let's see if we can get him this lap. And then just break that. What we don't want to do is tow him around to make it harder for Giovinazzi to catch him. That would sort of be a little bit of a worst case scenario. So we've got him there quite comfortably. He will have DRS to come back at us with, but it shouldn't make a difference because we've got the better tyres. He's up the inside there, isn't he? We left him room. But Piastri looks as though he's got that done. And now it's over to you, Giovinazzi. This is that, was it a Williams? Yeah, that's the lap traffic. Hopefully we get Denny Rick nice and quickly here. We have broken the DRS to miss Verstappen. Look at that. So it's 3 and of just 4 seconds essentially. Can we go and do that? We were a second and a half more or less faster last lap. And that's going to be us there. That's going to be Verstappen just turning in. Come on, Gio. Just going to be a little bit careful to make sure the tyres get there. It should be okay. Is this another lap car in front of us now? We've caught that too quickly for it to be Verstappen, haven't we? It looks like a Haas. Yeah, that checks out. So, Maloney. 2.5 seconds. We were a second and a half again faster that lap. 4 laps to go. Get out of the way, please, Maloney. And Piastri is checking out, which is wonderful to see. 3 seconds he's got now on Verstappen. He just needs to not crash and he'll be there. A little bit of extra fuel on Giovinazzi, so let's use that. And we've caught him very, very quickly this last little bit here, haven't we? So let's back off the tyres. Make sure that they're going to get us to the end. We've got his DRS. This should be okay. This should be okay. 3 laps to go. And we've got 1-2s around Vegas. I don't think we've ever had a 1-2 anywhere else, have we? So this could be a very, very nice day out. Almost there. We don't want to go too early here. What we can do is even wait till we have a full charge and then just do like we did with Piastri and a bit of a deploy lap. If we're close enough coming in here, let's try it down this back straight maybe. Are we going to get a big enough run off of that corner? Possibly not. Okay. So we'll leave it to the last lap, which is always a little bit nervy, isn't it? Especially with, you know if Verstappen saved up his battery or not. That's always a chance. We know Giovinazzi struggles to get overtakes done at the best of times. But this is it. This is your chance to make a bit of history here for us, Giovinazzi. Can we get a 1-2 outside of Vegas? Piastri has started the last lap. He's checked out. This is it. Can we get Giovinazzi past Verstappen and his old hard tyres? Surely we can. This could be our last chance. We've got the inside line. We've got a DRS. We've got the battery. We've got second. And we'll back him off a little bit now because we don't need Giovinazzi doing anything stupid. But it looks as though we are going to get a Ferrari 1-2. It could be our last win of the series. It's such a shame that I'm an idiot and I didn't record the whole thing. But you've got a taste of what it was like. To be honest, the first part of the race was just very much wet track, just processional. But there we go. Piastri has won. Giovinazzi comes second. And hopefully the little you did see was worth it. 1-2 for Ferrari. So on the back of that result, Verstappen has won the World Championship officially. That was just sort of a matter of time, wasn't it? So we convert. Front row start, first, second in the race. And we did the same thing in the sprint, didn't we? So we've locked out the weekend there. That's brilliant. I think we have. Were we first and second in the sprint? We must have been because we started on the front row. So Piastri gets pole, wins the sprint, wins the race. Perfect. And Giovinazzi more or less does a similar thing. So that is guaranteed us. That it was already guaranteed, but we were the best team there by a country mile. And next up is Vegas. Look at that for a weekend for Piastri. That is absolute dominance, isn't it? Verstappen-esque, you might say. So there we go. So sorry that I stuffed up the recordings here, guys. I really, really feel stupid. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. I can't remember what I've already said and what I haven't said, but the plan here is to finish off, hopefully over the weekend. Obviously, this was a bit of a, not a great bonus, but a little bit of a bonus. Whether we do a race Saturday, Sunday, a doubleheader Sunday, or Sunday, Monday, I haven't really figured out yet. I'm sort of on the fly here, figuring out when I have time to record. And of course, if I don't record anything, I have a lot less editing to do, don't I? So, what an idiot. All right, guys. Take care.